Well, good evening everybody then, and welcome along once again to the live stream of this endurance playthrough on Fire Mod with the Manor team. On to race number 6 now. We're actually nearly done with the first season. Only 9 rounds in this championship, hence them being a bit longer. But we're doing okay. Bit of a mixed race last time. Obviously a podium for car number 1 of Webber, Kubica and Verm. And DNF for car number 2, with I think it was a rear wing failure or an engine failure, one of the two. So we need to look into reliability a little bit and make sure that doesn't happen again. Because despite getting third and a great result with car number 1, we took a hit in the overall standings because of that. We're only 10 points behind Signatech. We're on target to get 4th, but I wanted to get 3rd this first season. I want to be best of the rest. But we need to get our car better than Rebellion, and we're kind of running out of time with that. So we're going to need probably a better result, or sort of a lucky result. But we'll see. Let's get on with today's episode, and we can see how we can progress. So Gonzalez looking like he wants to leave, as does Vern. That's fine with me, because of course, if you don't know already, we're trying to create an XF1 super team here. And Verm was already with the team, so I don't really count him as being an XF1 driver in the team, even though he is. So, quite a few mistakes last time. 3 mistakes from the pit crew. And I think it's probably due to stamina. I can't remember if we actually swapped them out last time. But I think that was the issue. Obviously, this guy on the tyres and the refuel is pretty tired. So, we've got Wallen here, who will be good in that role. We need someone else on the front tyres and the refuel. We haven't really got anyone else that's good at both, though. But if we can find someone that's good at tyres and fixing, which we do there, then they could go... They could swap with Zhuang. Once again, this is going to be pretty terrible pronunciation of these guys. And Habert, we will then swap for Zhuang. He's got better stamina. And they should recover a little bit. For last time, to be fair though, the guy that actually made the mistakes was Bian. He does have quite a high chance of mistakes. So I'm wondering if that's our problem. Maybe if we can hire someone that's good at that front jack roll. So we've got a few options. We've got someone with no mistake chance here. Sue. I'm going to hire Sue. And then we'll swap him or her onto the front jack. Because Bian should be really good, but for whatever reason, well, it's probably because they got a high mistake chance. We could have just been unlucky. And knowing my luck, we'll probably just... Actually, we've already got someone, haven't we? Wallace is actually pretty good on the front jack. So we'll put Walls onto the front jack. I think that's all we can do for the moment, so let's continue. Webber in form. It's good news. His injury is only going to last 3 weeks, so that should be just about gone by the time we get to the next race, which is good news. And good job he's got form. Form is 10 during the race for next race. But then that only lasts 3 weeks, which probably won't last till the next race anyway. That's kind of a pointless stat there, but I guess that's the problem with endurance. There's such a long time between the races. So what can we improve then? We're still waiting for the HQ upgrade, which is 6 weeks away, so it should be ready for the next race hopefully. So let's get on with improving the car. We'll keep the performance on those 2 sets of brakes. Reliability, I think it's that engine that we risked last time. I think that was the one that went on Trummer's car, so I think that's what we need to continue improving. So we'll carry on in that regard. And we've got a second engine finished now. should be finished now. Yeah, there we go. So we'll switch reliability straight onto that. And we will... It's probably not going to be ready for the next race, so that's not really a problem. I don't really... I'll keep the performance on the brakes, and then we'll switch to the 2 engines once they're maxed out. In terms of parts then, so we've done engine and brakes. Gearbox would be the biggest gain, but also the most expensive. Let's have a look what races are coming up, shall we? After Phoenix. So Yokohama, everything pretty crucial. Oh, that's really useful, that is. They all just say everything is crucial. Okay. I'm not sure how much money we're going to need for next season in terms of the prize money as well. So I do want to keep a bit in the bank. We are obviously making 1.5 million at the moment. So maybe we'll go for a bit of a cheaper part. We'll go for the suspension. Medium corners and reliability, and get that built. I think that'll be everything. I'll just let it roll now. Not much else we can do. We've got one scouting driver coming up. So I'm pretty happy with my team for the rest of the year. If the right guy comes up for the right price, then we could take them. So Nick Heifeld, not one of the best drivers. His potential is huge, though. You see, this, I think this is a little bit broken because of the way this mod works with potential. Because the idea of this mod is that the potential of all drivers can go to 5 stars, but it's just very difficult to increase them. So we need to ignore that, really. I mean, Heifeld is kind of marketable. He's not the best driver. He'd be good as a backup driver, or sort of, you know, if we're really scraping the barrel, but I don't think he's the main guy we want in these cars. Weight stripping to come in next year. Not particularly one of my favourite features of the game, but if we get good reliability next year, we could use it. Oh, it's actually a vote, so that vote will be coming up now. Oh, goodness me, how many messages do you want to give me? Okay. Well, you've just had new brakes, Drum, and you're not going to be here long, buddy, so I'm not going to listen to you, I'm afraid. Scott will be a below average driver for the WEC. He looks better than Heifeld, to be fair. He's being influenced by traits at the moment, so we've got to take that with a pinch of salt. Not the most marketable guy, though, so potentially. But looking down this list of who we've got left, I mean, I think DeResta is going to be a good shout. Well, we'll see what the reports say. There's no need to jump to conclusions just yet. New vote for weight stripping then. I'm really not bothered about it. It would not benefit us, apparently. And would benefit Rebellion. I guess we could vote against it if it's not going to benefit us. I don't know that there'll be any more votes before the end of the season, so I don't think we should save them up at this point. Jean Todt, the main man, is going to make the decision then, as it's a tie. And 5 votes to 4 it's to prove then. So that was a wasted vote from us. But hey ho. Dilemma. I've heard rumblings from some of the mechanics that they're not very happy working in the factory. They do have quite long hours. Give them all a bonus. That's the easiest way. Just give people money and they'll work harder. Sure. We may as well. It's going to boost the relationship. So we got 2 new drivers as well. So that's going to be pretty crucial. I don't know how the relationships work. Does it work with them as a team? Or let's have a look, shall we? Start off mechanic relationship. Yes, it's a relationship with them as a pairing or a triplet. I don't know what the word for pairing is for triple. So if we change one driver, then it's going to muck that up, which is obviously what's happened with Webber and Kubica. So that boost will be quite useful, to be fair. Right, let's carry on. I think we're about ready for start up round number 6 then. Yep, nothing else to do then. We'll go to task communications again to get that bonus. We don't want too many sets of softs. Mediums and hards are probably going to be race tyre for this. Yeah, let's go heavy on the medium and hard tyres. I don't know that we're going to actually probably just make sure, just in case we need an extra set of softs. You never know, they might for some reason be a good tyre. We'll take an extra set of mediums though, because they're generally the race tyre for most. Evening, Greg Rose. How you doing, my friend? It is indeed time for some more endurance. The 3-hour hell race. Another one coming at you. Right, I don't want to use, especially after what happened last time, I don't want to use the other new engine until it's a lot higher in reliability. No new parts apart from that then. So it'll be pretty much same as last time, just with better reliability on that second engine. Yeah, I'm doing well, my friend. I'm doing well. It's nearly Christmas, isn't it? Where we get to drink and eat too much and have some time off work. Most people, anyway. So yeah, I don't know how we're going to do in this race. So I think Rebellion just seemed... We got some lucky results early in the season. Rebellion just seemed to be a quicker car overall, by quite a distance. So we really need a bit of luck and some good strategy calls if we're going to beat them overall by the end of the season. So once again, we'll split this. We're going 0.2 towards Zonja, 0.1 on Trummer, and I think we'll say Webber is our main guy for the car, especially he's supposed to be on form of 10, but I think that did run out, to be fair, because it only said 3 weeks. Okie doke. We'll start with Webber in the car. Downforce, handling, speed balance, that'll do. We'll go out on the medium tyres. Again, I think they're going to be the race tyre. They generally are. Use the hards when we need to. I need to go a bit longer, but mediums seem to work out nicely in terms of how many stints they do. It's going to be pretty hot here as well, so I think tyre wear is going to be pretty horrendous. Go out on mediums as well for Trummer. Okay, let's get going. It's very easy to take too long on these sections anyway, but especially when it's an endurance race. You want to get through them as quickly as possible, to be fair. So we've got a long old race ahead of us. Race trim, 4 laps. Out he goes. Right. Fortunately, we're not doing the oval here at Phoenix. That would be quite interesting for an endurance race, but that would then essentially be the Indy 500. So, kind of glad we're not. But there is, of course, the IndyCar mod, the Ace mod now. Do you fancy trying that out at some point? I might just do a single video on it. It's got NASCARs as well, round ovals. So that'd be really quite interesting to see how those kind of races work out. Right, let's whack up the speed so we get through practice nice and quickly. Ooh, not a great start with Webber. We'll put Kubica in the car second time round, give everybody a run. Okay, we're going to need some big changes here. So a big swing in the downforce. We'll change speed balance a little bit. And handling quite a bit. And we'll see how that does. Bit better for car number 2 and Trummer. Put Gonzalez in the car. So not too many changes needed, just a little bit on the downforce, a little bit on the handling, and probably quite a lot on the speed balance. And we'll give that a go. See how that does. Anyway, got any thoughts on who we should be looking at in future for our ex-F1 drivers? Who else do you like to see on the lineup? I think Rosberg is pretty much nailed in. If we can get, once we've got that scouting thing made, he should appear. So we can probably get him on board. Let's remember to bring him in. Even Fox, I'm glad I can be some light relief during your studying. Yeah, don't want to make you think about it too much, but I hope it's going well. And I'm glad I can offer a little bit of a break from it. No changes yet. No, we got 2 scouting reports, one on Highfelt and one on Scott Speed, who I can't even remember scouting, but apparently I did. Both don't really look suitable. They're not good enough, in my opinion. So we need to wait for some more scouting reports to see. But no change to the lineup this time. We're slowly building this team, you know. So we got to concentrate on the car as well. And I suddenly had a thought how much money we're actually going to need. That's a great setup, by the way. So we'll just stick him out there for 12 laps, and he can just run until we get the setup level. And oh, Kibitzer, perfect. Hopefully that's as high as it looks. 96, that'll do. Let's put Vern in the car then. And again, we'll go out on a long stint to get that knowledge. But yeah, I was thinking how much we need to save for the car as well next year. Because everybody was warning that you need quite a lot of money on Fire Mod for the cars next season. So I don't want to spend it all on drivers just yet. If a good one comes along before the end of the season, we'll sign. Hasn't started technically. My school does it really weird. Today is study day, and then we have finals on Friday, Saturday, Monday and Tuesday. Well, good luck, my friend. I hope they go well, and make sure you get rest beforehand. Never overwork yourself on revision as well. It's you can only do as much as you can do. You try and do too much sometimes, it can just worry you. But I hope it goes well. And reading on a Saturday as well, that's harsh. But, hey, good luck, my friend. Hope it goes well for you. Right, let's kick this on up to 12 because I'm happy with the setups. We just want to get these knowledge slots done, and then we can get on to qualifying. Yeah, Vern doesn't look on form at all, does he? I have come to notice that the form doesn't seem to have much impact on the performance. Because I've had drivers with really high form and vice versa in the same race, and the guy with lower form, it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to have a worse race, but it's not a great sign from Vern. Very high from Zonja though. He's a straight up perfect 10. Whoops, let's bring them both in. We've maxed that out. Yeah, exactly. You don't know on form. And I'm glad you don't only on Saturday. That sounds like a harsh day, but I guess on those kind of things it doesn't really matter, does it? Turn up when it is. Yeah, he's recovered a little bit to 2.6, but I would need to do some research, or I'd need some research from other people to really work this out, but I really don't think the form makes that much difference. Right, let's try and... I reckon if we move downforce that way a little bit, we can probably gain a little bit. So we'll give it a go. We may as well. We can always switch back to the 96% if it didn't work. Right, I think I want... No, I want quali boost on softs, because we're only going to take one tyre-based knowledge into the race. We won't use both because we'll use the race trim as well. So we'll go soft and qualifying, and once again just leave them out there as long as we can. Hybrid mode saves 0.7 per lap. Okay, does that not, is that every lap? Because surely it's different per track, but is that just the rough outline? If so, that's good information to know. Should be able to work out that quick maths a bit quicker now, and probably still get it wrong, but that's half the fun of it, isn't it? Right, let's try and make a little change to the downforce and the speed balance. That's probably way too big of a change, but we'll give it a go. And we'll send him out on a long stint. Well, as long as you can do for qualifying. 3 laps. and see if we can max out these two as well. Much longer practice sessions in endurance, which I like. It always feels when some of the game modes where you have like 12 minutes for practice, you can get so little done, especially if you have trouble with the setup. It's almost pointless. Yeah, roughly we just need to figure out how long it lasts and how long it takes to charge. Yep, good point. Then we'll have the 3 variants or variations and we can put it together. To do some quick maths. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye on that in the race then and see if we can work that out. Unfortunately, we can't use it in practice because that's one of the things that would be great to find out in practice. But apparently not. Alright, so first sort of semi-competitive times coming in. 8th and 10th at the moment. Very difficult to tell from qualifying, I guess. But pace looking roughly where we'd expect it. I think, as I was discussing earlier, I think those rebellions they're just a little bit too far ahead. We've just got very lucky the first few races, but we can get lucky again. You never know. Alright, let's put Trum in the car. I don't want to put Sonja in the car in case his form goes down. I don't want to risk that. So we have got a slight improvement up to 97. We'll stay on the same tyres and go back out for another quali sim. And the other car's gone down slightly, so we need to go the other way. Well, it's gone down a lot. So we need to go downforce the other way. Okay. Let's put Vern in the car, see if he can't improve. Kubica not too happy as well. I swear Vern was like 2.5 on form when he came back into the pits, and now it's up to 4 from what, just sitting in the garage? Has he been playing on the PlayStation or something? I don't get it. That's why I say I don't get this form thing in this game at all. Nothing about it seems to make sense. Okay. Should just about max them out if we're lucky. And the guys can stay out there for long enough. There we go. Right, we maxed out everything we needed to. Good practice session then. He's happy sitting in the garage than driving. They must have Le Mans Sim 2017 or something in the garage. His wife, girlfriend there. Yeah, he could possibly be having a good time. They do say those kind of things increase your performance sometimes. There's got to be something in that garage, isn't there? Getting a pep talk from someone as well, maybe. Okay, well, times don't look too competitive, but you know, we're not a huge amount off this midfield Rebellion Signatech group, and that could all be tyres and fuel, and you never know. So let's get into qualifying. The most pointless qualifying in this game is endurance, but we'll go for it anyway, and it'll give us a little read of where the pace of our car is anyway. So again, we'll go with Weber and Kubica, and we'll go with Zonja and Gonzalez because that's who we've set the car up for. So we'll leave those settings the same. We'll go with soft tyres and quali on both cars. And we'll just take a look at how that setup went. 96, so didn't really change much, but I'm still happy with 96. That'll do. And car number 2 is still on 97 because we didn't actually make any changes, to be fair. New soft tyres, and we're good to go then. Okay, Marky boy, over to you. You're not injured anymore, so no excuses. Hopefully we can be a bit closer to Rebellion around this track. To be fair, we haven't really made any changes since last race, so it's unlikely, but we'll give it a go. I don't think racing drivers would actually say that over the radio. Okay, start my lap now. Here goes. Yeah, we know, Mark. You've done this 100 times before. You have to tell us every time. Alright, first lap's on the board then. For Webber it's 59.4. Zollinger it's 59.8. So Webber earning his cash at the moment. And then we've got Kubica and Gonzalez to go out as well. Now, I meant to do it this time, but I forgot. I think we should be sending our drivers out much later in the session. Because we always do this. We send the second set of drivers out. The track's a bit better. And then we have to use another set of tyres at the end when the track's at its quickest. So I really think in future we should wait a lot longer to do our second run. There's no rain on the way, so we'll just do one more run because I want to save those soft tyres. We didn't bring too many, just in case we need them in the race, and then we can send the other two drivers out for a run right at the end. Webber excuses? No way. Hey, Webber never made excuses. He was straight talking, straight down the middle. Except when things were unfair and against him, which was a lot of the time. High feedback, aka chatty. Yes. Hey? Are you saying that there's high feedback on this, or whether the drivers have got high feedback? Okay, what kind of times are people putting in? So 59.4, 59.8. They're relatively competitive, apart from Porsches and Toyotas, so hopefully as long as the second two drivers can do sort of mid-28s, then we got a chance of being 5th and 6th. You're mentioning, however, keeps telling you he's going out to start his lap. Yeah, there's... Oh, right, I'm with you. Yeah, there's so much thing as bad feedback, though, or too much feedback. Don't need everything. Right, guys, I'm going to change down 4 gears for this corner. Just going to do a bit of heel toe and just trading the brakes off here to save some of the hybrid mode. And God's sake, Mark, shut up. We know you're happy to be back in this team. It's too much. Alright, let's go to speed 12. We're just waiting for the hell of it here. Definitely no rain. No. Okay. God, this track takes a long time to grip up in comparison. Right, Robert, over to you, mate. You're doing this for Team XF1. Yeah, we still didn't come up with... Well, yeah, we said we want one more driver in that team, and then we're going to name the teams in terms of their drivers. Right, Gonzalez, in you go, mate. You set of softs. It will leave us with 1 set of softs for the race, which we shouldn't really be using them in the race, but just in case we got them there. Okay, now we go. So looking at lap times, I think mid 59s here would be, certainly for Kubica, would be good enough. If he can match Webber's time, it will be good enough for 5th. Car number 2 is going to need a little bit more, I think. But we'll see. Starting their laps now then. So, 2 temps down, 2 temps down. Kubica looking a little bit quicker. 6 temps, 8 temps, still keeping that advantage. He's going to come across the line then. It's a 59.6, not quite as quick as Webber, but good enough for P5. Gonzalez is a 59.7. And Team XF1 doing the business. I think they're good hires, those two. Now, if only they can do that in the race. So, one of the drivers for the Rebellion, I presume that's the Rebellion, No, it's Signatech, sorry. I keep calling them Rebellion. Signatech we're actually fighting, isn't it? Not Rebellion. It's slightly quicker, but the second driver is not. I think that's where we got the advantage. Apart from Vern, if we can do most of us driving with Webber and Kubica in the race, then we got a good chance of 5th, I think. Kobayashi goes fastest then. I think it was Kobayashi this year that actually broke the Le Mans record. Quite a long-standing Le Mans record, I think. Well, I say long-standing, it's probably 3 or 4 years, but that's a long time in Le Mans. To make the fastest ever lap in the Toyota this year. Little tidbit of information there. Right, 5th and 9th. It's looking good for the Webber Kubica Vern car. Our second car, we need better drivers for them, really. But that will come in time. So let's settle in, folks, for another 3-hour spectacular. Thank God it doesn't take 3 real hours. I don't know that I'd have the patience for that. We're going to go medium tyres and race trim on both cars. I think the mediums are going to be the race tyre. Now we could go light-footed. I feel in case we have to use the hard or the soft tyres for whatever reason, I feel race trim's a better option there. So we will start on. So who should we put in the car? Let's throw it over to you guys for a change. Car number 1. Who should we start off in the car? If I work out the one thing, you should do a literal 24-hour race, 24-hour stream. I definitely do want to do a stream like that. I might do it over between Christmas and New Year when I'm off and I've got time to do it. I need Chris, the guy that makes the mods, to do it. It wouldn't take literally 24 hours. I think he said to me it's going to be it would take, even on full speed, it would take about 6-7 hours or something. So it would still be a long race even on max speed. But I'd be up for doing that. Any ideas which driver we should start on car number 1, guys? Or I'm just going to pick. I can just pick. I should probably just pick. Damn stream delays. I was going to look into it. I think you can change the stream options to get rid of the delay, but I haven't done that or checked out what it does to the quality. Kubica, okay. I'm with you, Greg. Let's see what he can do. So the medium tyres should do roughly 39 to 41 laps. We're going to experiment with the hybrid mode for the first stint, see how much it saves. So, what is it, 39 to 40? So if we go with 35 laps, then we've only got to save 5 laps of fuel. And I don't think the tyres will last for the first stint anyway. Here we go. Okay. Come to, I shall pick. Let's go with. See, I don't think we want someone that can do a long stint to begin with, so I think we'll put Trummer in on car number 2. Let's put mediums on, and we'll go for a similar strategy. We'll go for 35 laps and see how much we can save with the hybrid. Right, let's just get it underway, shall we? We will attack and overtake for the first lap, just to try and hold position or gain a couple, and then we'll turn everything down. So it is Toyota, Porsche, Toyota. So Porsche actually getting up there in terms of race pace this time. And it's ourselves, Signatech, the 2 Rebellions, us, and then the other Signatech. There's going to be a close battle between us, our 6 cars, I'm sure, behind the Porsche and Toyotas. And the Porsches, sorry, the Toyota, one of the Toyotas in particular, the Davidson Kobayashi car, has been doing some crazy strategies the last few races, so I wouldn't particularly bet against them falling behind us on strategy. Get him racing since Williams doesn't want to see him race. It's so sad, folks. Why? Why do they not? To be fair, it's still not confirmed. So I'm still taking that news story with a pinch of salt. But now I think about it, Sorokin. But the thing I don't get with Sorokin is he's a Renault youth driver, so I don't understand why he would go in a Mercedes-powered car. But unless he's been released from his Renault contract anyway. But we'll see. We'll see. We can see he will still live on in this mod. You guys can go and play with him yourself and home. Engines are race sounds starting to drown out your voice. Okay, is that when I'm zoomed in? I'll turn it down a little bit. That's a bit better. It's when it's zoomed in, it's obviously a lot louder as well. We want to see all that lovely detail. So we're going to be underway then for round number 6. Only 4 races to go now in this championship, so we're going to have to start making a move on Signatech soon if we want this 3rd place in the championship. Let's hope Kubica can have a good start here and Trummer can hold his ground as well. And we're finally underway. So Kubica actually trying to make a move on one of the Toyotas there. Thinks better of it. But he's holding on nicely to 5th place. He's just lost a place to that Signatech car though. He's got it back. And I'm sure this is going to be a bit of a ding-dong battle anyway. So let's turn everything down. I think it's going to be very hot here, so tyre wear is going to be a big issue. We're probably going to have to go on conserve, but we'll see how it pans out. Kubica is still holding on to that 5th place. Trummer has dropped quite a way back to 9th. But we can always get him into the race with strategy later on. So how hot is it here today? 39 degrees. Yeah, I've got a feeling it's going to overheat. Right, so we can now use our hybrid. So let's see how long it lasts then. So it's about 22 minutes 58. And we'll see. Let's go up to speed 2. This is a 3-hour race. And then we'll go up to speed 4 after we've seen this. So it's about halfway around the track. 2:58.18. Okay. So that is about 1 lap. I didn't take a note of the fuel though, which doesn't help. Kubica is still holding off these guys. And Tandy in the Porsche head. He's not doing too well. There goes the Rebellion car. Trying to get a shift on. Now, I think we need to try and stick with these guys. That was our issue. Right, tyres are overheating now. So we can go back to conserve. That's been our problem the last few races, is we think, well, we'll get these guys back later, and then we never do. So we need to try and stick with them if we can. Right, still counted down. I think that's just coming up to 3 laps now, when we get to the halfway point. It's quite a long time, isn't it, to be fair? 50% is 2:56, lovely. 4, 3, 2, 1, 2:54.30 something. So it's around about just under 4 minutes. I think that was 4.5 laps, I want to say. I think it was around that. 2:54.31. Lovely job. Right, I didn't actually take a note of the fuel though. I presume that figure of 0.7 was about correct. We were on about 33, 34 when it started. And it ended about 32. Lap times at the moment are 1 minute. For us, about 1 minute 4, 1 minute 5. Can vary, so I'd work it off 1 minute 5. Right, so Kubica's still 6th. He's 3 seconds behind that Signatech car. So we use a bit of fuel. How do we think these tyres are going to hold up? We've got a lot of... He's fired up. Let's give him a bit of fuel to play with, shall we? Trummer's out of this for some reason. Really not enjoying himself today. But we've got plenty of time to go. And everybody's still on the highest engine mode. This is probably why. I don't want to use that just at the moment. But this is why we fall behind, because they're all using their engine as much as possible. Right, let's go up to full speed. Otherwise we're going to be here literally all evening. Well, as much as I love you guys, I can't I couldn't do this for 6 hours or something ridiculous, however long it would take. Right, Kibitz is trying to make a move back, but keep an eye on these gaps. I mean, it's only 6 seconds, but that's 6 seconds in a couple of laps. So it's because they're using that engine mode. But will it bite them later in the race with reliability? It's unlikely, knowing our luck. That's what's making our struggle. A lot of traffic now. What do? Do we sit tight and just believe this is the right strategy each time? Or do we go to high fuel mode as well to try and catch the guys and make sure that gap doesn't get bigger? I feel we should just try and look after the car and hope that it's the right strategy. So roughly 3.45 of the RS and 1.05 per lap is about 3.5 laps of the RS. So it lasts about 3.5 laps. Okay. But how much does that save? That's what. So if it's 3.5 laps at 0.7, so it's what 2.1, around about 2.4 laps of fuel, and it's nearly recharged. So we need to keep an eye on when it recharges. That's the other thing, and then we know over a stint. Just checked your ERS duration. Okay. We can check the second time how much fuel it seems to save. And if I activate it when we go over the line, I guess we'll know exactly. Right, Kibitz is slowly starting to move forward again. I'm just going to believe that we're on the right strategy here. I'm going to go back to medium fuel mode. I don't see why we should be working the engine hard just because everyone else is. I don't think. Saves 2.205 laps of fuel. Okay. And it's nearly recharged. When did it end? 254. So it takes around about... It's like about 15-16 minutes to recharge. Okay. I have all the information, I don't know what I'm meant to do with it. That's too much quick maths. 21.84 to 20.79. I forgot to do it that time, we'll do it next time around. Right, tyres are actually too cold now. I'm moving back through the field for some reason though. So, the long game seems to be working. That was laps with fuel left around start finish line. Yeah, I forgot to do it again. Right, this time round. We'll do it for Kibitz as soon as he goes over the line, so that's the one we're watching. So if you guys watch the fuel level, go. So 17.7, 17.1, about 17.2, 17.4-ish, just in case you didn't catch it. So that's one lap. We'll see if it's consistent as well, I guess. Right, some people making their first stops now, and these tyres can go a lot longer, so I'm feeling confident. That's 2 laps. Yeah, it's about 17.26 to 17.3. Oh, you were doing it per lap. Oh yeah, I was going to average it. 16.9. Okay, that's 3 laps. And we're out. 16.8. So yeah, just under 3.5 laps. 16.8 to 17.3 is about half half a lap of fuel used in 3.5, so it saves about 3 laps, no? That's what old tyres. God damn it. I'm going back right up to get those down as quickly as possible. That's ruined that stint. Bugger it. 14. Right, we have a whole wall of numbers now, guys. That's good. What do I do with them? I don't know. So the stint is looking like it's just past the half an hour mark. They're probably going to be able to go for another 10-15 minutes or so. We'll get to it when we get to the pit screen. I guess the thing to do is work out how much fuel we need to put in to do the kind of stint we need to. Right, we'll go to neutral and keep an eye on it and see if we need to see if it continues to rise. It's actually getting a little bit hotter now. So warm tyres for Trummer. We've definitely overkilled on the fuel, we know that. But we're looking good. A lot of people made very early stops, so once again we're just trying to do one stop less than everybody else. Qbits are being passed by the guy in 11th there. Unless it was to unlap themselves. Right, it's got to be conserved then. We're overheating them on neutral. So from 17 to 6 to 15.29 in 4 laps of ERS. The ERS ran out, didn't it? Off like 3.25 laps. I think it saves about 2.5 laps. I guess what we also need to know is the average consumption. Right, Trummer needs to come in now. Those tyres, I don't dare take too much further. Let's get one more lap, shall we? Get one more lap. Right, we'll switch to Gonzalez. That's half an hour in the car. Should we stick some hard tyres? I might try something different with car number 2 and put the hard tyres on and just see how far we can go. So, 33 laps. I don't actually know our average lap consumption. Which doesn't help, does it? That's what I really need to know. So, we've got 8 laps left using the hybrid. And we put 35 in. Right, here we go. So, 35, we only needed 27 then, really. And we're going to be going... mediums are a couple of laps short of the minimum. So, we should be able to do about 49 laps. I don't know what any of this means. Yes, it ran out in 3.5 laps, but you can't stop mid-lap. So it roughly used 2 laps of fuel over 4 laps. Okay, so based on all that information, 47 minutes, how much fuel should we be putting in? I don't know still. So 35, we should be able to get an extra ERS stop. Let's put 40 in, let's find out, shall we? I mean, all this information is useful unless nobody wants me to sit here for like 10 minutes being silent with a spreadsheet to work everything out. We're just going to stick Gonzalez in the car with a bunch of fuel and hard tyres, I think. And we should be okay. We really need the per lap consumption, so I'll try and get it off Kubica this time, and then we can maybe work out that his fuel a bit better. We're going to put Kubica onto medium tyres for his next stint. Oh, these bloody screens! I'm so confused. That fucked that up. So you can cut out 4 laps. Okay. I still need to know the per lap consumption rate. 7.25. 8.4. So using about 8.8 per lap. Okay, right. I'm going to put Vern in the car, and then we can try and do a long third stint with Webber if the tyres don't work out. I think will be the plan. So we'll go medium tyres. So he's done 36 laps this time around, and we were 5 laps short. Five laps long, so we can probably go to 30 and be all right. Medium tyres again. Vern in the car. Let's go. Right, Gonzalez is back in 10th, but he's got good tyre wear compared to those ahead of him. It's a big old gap though. On yellow, it's burning 0.9 fuel per race lap. Okay. I'm going to take your guys' advice and your word on it, because it hurts my head doing this kind of stuff. At the moment, I still don't know how long each driver is going to do and what kind of race strategy they're doing, so it doesn't matter too much. It's the final stop that it really matters. So at least make sure you're long enough, but you don't want to go so stupidly long that it negates everything else. Right. Hybrid mode coming up. Now. Haven't you ever wanted to be a race strategist? Mate, on the old F1 World game, F1 Manager games and Grand Prix Manager games and Grand Prix World and F1 Manager, I used to sit here with a calculator all day long working out race strategies, but I guess I'm getting lazy in my old age. I'm not even old, but you know what I mean. I can't be bothered. And no, I don't. To be fair, I don't envy those guys at all. The pressure on those guys' shoulders. Because they say something and the rest of the team just believes them because they have to. That's how the trust works in the team. You make one little mistake and that's it in a race. Right, so we've lost a huge amount of time to those guys ahead by staying out so long. So I guess our only option once again is to go for one less stop. And I'm wondering if this is starting to become pressure on us. You're running it for 4 times. Hey look, if you get it wrong, I don't mind. There's no cutthroat. You have to decide. You can just say no, I don't want it, and I'll do it myself. I can probably get it wrong anyway, so it doesn't really doesn't matter. No pressure. But if you get it wrong, I will find you. I will hunt you down. I will force you to eat rice crackers. Because this is a family-friendly YouTube channel. I think we might be able to turn the tyres up a little bit. Vern looking after them pretty well at the moment. A little bit on the low side. So I think Gonzalez is the guy we're going to work on going one stop less. I'm wondering if Vern, if we're just a little bit more aggressive to try and make up some of this time again. It's a huge gap. It's nearly 30 seconds. I mean, what's he lapping? 104s? Yeah, it's not quick enough to catch a 30-second gap, so we've got to go longer. Good luck with that. I think Britain won't allow you to come to the US. Hey, I can come whenever I want. That sounds very wrong. I can travel there as much as I want. As long as it's for no longer than however long the visa is. I'll have to eat the rice crackers yourself. I'd rather not. They are oh so dry. Oh so very dry. I'll just ship them over. I'll just pretend it's like comic books or something. In the middle it's just ground up rice crackers. Okay, that's overheating those now. Let's go back to conserve. I'll try neutral on the hard tyres and see if they can hold up to going a bit harder. It's being run a bit more aggressively. It's a bit warm though. It really is very hot in America. Gap really isn't coming down, so we've got to do one less stop. Once again, is that the Toyota car again? It is. What is that car's problem? Is it Kobayashi just dive bombing everybody that's destroying that car's tyres? Every race, one of the Toyotas will just destroy its tyres and hit like 4 times more than anybody else. Right, so Vern's back up to P7. Not entirely sure why that's happened. I presume it's because PK Jr. pitted. I thought we were further back than that. Rooster has now made a second stop as well. So we're looking good for one less stop again. We've just got to get it right with our drivers. In general, Fox, don't be so literal. I know there's snow there. At the moment, you lucky people. We had some snow at the beginning of the week in England, and we had it, well, in Great Britain should I say, and we had it everywhere in the country. Oh, we're really overheating those tyres again. Everywhere in the country apart from where I lived, where we just had enough to fill up a small teacup, like a dusting of snow, and you just think, great. That's neither Christmassy, and then of course it's just thin enough to freeze the next morning, so you still fall over and smack your ass. It's just a huge inconvenience, rather than enjoyable snow. I guess you guys, do you get it every year, snow? Because for us it's like once every 3 or 4 years if we're lucky. Right, saving up that fuel. These hard tyres are not coming down in temperature, so we have to back up with Gonzalez. So yeah, I mean the only guys that are on the same kind of strategy looks to be Senna and Pansiatici. Yeah, those two cars, which are Rebellion and Signsec. So, I mean, we're pretty close to Senna, so we can still do that on pace alone. It's that Signsec car again, we're too far behind. Right, hopefully go back to conserve on Gonzalez's car now. We've got quite a time to wait. Okay, so if your race pace is about 105, then it's about 55 laps per hour. Okay. So, what does that tell me? So the hard tyres should do about 50 laps. So, if Gonzalez can go to... No, we're going to have to make 2 more stops. There's no way we can do it on 1, I don't think. Purely on stamina more than anything else. In the north, yes. In Indiana, yes, it is every year. In the south, rarely. Okay. Yeah, I think that we always get something in the north of England, or Scotland at least, every year. But it's not like the same time every year, and it's not regular. It's maybe 1 or 2 days you'll get it. Sometimes 2 or 3 weeks at different times, but in the south we get it every 4 or 5 years. I guess it's kind of like the same as America, north and south. Different climates, y'all. Though to be fair, your country's an awful lot bigger, so you have vastly different climates around the country, I guess. Right, these medium tyres are not doing the job for Vern. I don't think we want to push this. I think we can do 2 stints on the hard tyre now. The problem is drivers. So let's just stick Weber in the car. Let's strap some hard tyres on it. Put as much fuel as we dare. So if we go, what's the maximum range of these? 55. Fuel wise, if you were to run at straight yellow, you need about 50 laps of fuel per hour. No, you can save 4 laps. You could cut it to 47 laps of fuel in last hour. Okay, so we try that then. We go 50. These should, well, it says a little bit short of an hour, but see, that doesn't really match up. 55 laps or 50 minutes, and it's over 1 minute per lap, so that doesn't make sense. Anyway, we'll put hard tyres on. We'll put 50 laps of fuel with them. We'll go on that strategy, and we'll see if that will take us over the hour. Because I think Weber is in good enough form. He's got good fitness at the moment. He should be able to do an hour, and then we've got 40 odd minutes for Vern to go back in. That's the plan. I'm sticking to it. Yeah, US is slightly bigger than UK, just slightly. Yeah, it's we've actually got a secret in the UK. It actually goes down a long way as well. So if you took the total surface area, we're very close. Yeah. When you think about it, really, it's amazing what we did achieve in the past, considering how small our island it really is. No mistakes today, I don't think, in the pit stops, which is good news. The changes we've made seem to have made a good, positive step then. I think that means you're just slow. The game's making fun of you by saying you're off pace with your tyres. Yeah, maybe. Look, most people get 55 laps out of these tyres, but you're an idiot, so it's going to be about 50-52 minutes based on your past record. That sounds about right. You see, here's the thing, these hard tyres are holding up really well. I still don't think they're going to be able to go long enough to get just one more stint out of the final drivers. So he's going to have to stop twice again anyway. So I don't really know what the point is of staying out any longer. And is necessary, because he's got to make 2 stops anyway. Guess it minimises the time. Let's just have a quick look who we got left. So Zonja could go theoretically for an hour. Gonzalez is an hour and 12. I don't think Gonzalez is going to be able to get half an hour out of this car. But he could drive for half an hour more. If he could drive for half an hour somehow on those tyres, then we could put Zonja into the end. Otherwise, we're going to have to do 2 very short stints with Trummer and Zonja. But we could do that on the medium tyre, which should be quicker. Yeah, managing to make every country hate you at some point. Pretty amazing stuff. Excuse me? America are talking about that. It's only a couple of countries that have hated us. Like, truly hated us. The others were just jealous. Weber, hybrid. That'll be very close. Yeah, I don't know if we can do that with Gonzalez. See, the longer we try and hold out for that, the more time we're losing on having slower tyres, when we may as well go aggressive at this point. And that's what I think is really hurting us, trying to hold out longer than you really need to. Where does America get its roots? I don't know, you never like to say from us generally. If you're admitting it, sure. One of the few Americans that will actually mention that in conversation. I thought you forgot about us when you declared independence. I think we just put Gonzalez in. I think we go aggressive on this. I think we put Zollinger in on hard tyres as well. He does a super long stint, and then we put either Trummer, well, it'll have to be Trummer in at the end, or mediums. Well, they'll admit it if it's brought up. What I'm saying is people, most Americans I've met anyway, will it's not something they'll bring up or be particularly proud of. It's not a heritage I think you're particularly happy about. I could be wrong. I'm making generalisations there, which isn't fair. Right, we'll do the same thing then. We'll go on 50 laps and see if they can do an hour on those hard tyres. I still think it's a bit much, but we'll see. Our government was practically a copy of yours, mine's the mark. I know, I agree. I know exactly full well how similar it is. You go through the same growing pains still as we did 500 years ago. We love Britain until 1776, and then we love America, and America alone. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Agreed. Oh, mistake in the stop for Zollinger. 12 seconds. Let's hope Zhuang hasn't made mistakes before, otherwise they're being fired immediately. So, once again, we're just playing that waiting game then. One more stop for both drivers is the plan. Webber's going to have to go a pretty long way on this, to be fair. He's got fuel and hopefully he can look after the tyres. The only difference being we put quite a bit more fuel in than we did last time. So it's probably going to wear the tyres a little bit quicker. So I'm wondering if maybe we should have put a little bit less in. Anyway. That's why we did the maths, boys, no? That's why we did the maths. Quick math. So there's still a chance we're doing one less stop than people, to be fair. There's some people making a third stop now, and they're going to come out. It's actually a second stop for that rebellion car. Third stops are going to be made by... Is that one of the signal techs? It is, by Raoul. The problem is, this is the problem, they're so far down the line, the track by this point, that even if we're making one less stop, they've made up the ground. I think next race we should go super aggressive with one car and see how they do compared to the other car. It just doesn't seem to be working out. It worked for us the first couple of races, and as a result I've stuck to it completely. I think it might have been a bad idea. Because we clearly have the pace in these cars, we're just not using it properly. By constantly, careful, slowly, look after the tyres. I don't think it's the way to go in endurance racing, necessarily. We'll see. Still a long way to go in this race, we're only just over halfway. Let's not forget. What can happen? It's not looking good. Right, tyre temps dropping on Webber, so let's go back to neutral. Temp staying pretty solid. I would still love night on this race, on this game. I feel like the temperature's changing and stuff as well, and the visibility, and you could have like night specialists as drivers and stuff. It would add a lot. It's a shame. So I think it's going to have to be, well, let's find this out early, shall we? So it's going to have to be Vern in the car. He can do around about 50 minutes if if he needs to. That's bad maths. 40 minutes. Yeah, 40 minutes. Just under. So Webber needs to go a long way in this race. A long, long way. As soon as I'm done with finals, I'm going to start working on the Fun From podcasts. Still haven't decided if we should just completely make a joke of it or actually try and be serious. To be fair, it would probably be one episode, as people really like it for some crazy reason. I mean, oh, save that fuel, bro. Save that fuel. Well, I don't think we need to really with Webber. But we'll see. I don't really know what this is going to be. Like, do we have to... So we're picking a national anthem each and then some fun facts or the pluses and the negatives about it? I feel it would be very difficult to joke about it without being racist to the flags or to the countries. If you're making fun of, I guess you make good, light fun of it. You could have a topic as to like greatest animal on a flag or worst colour combination. I don't know. You come up with a format. And, it should be fun and serious, but it's not flags, is it? It's anthems, idiot. I don't know. Anthem you'd most like to hear at a rave. Like those kind of topics, maybe. Greatest national anthem remixes. Oh my god, tyres. Marky boy, what are you doing to them? Put it all on Fox and it bombs you in the clear. Hey, I'm not doing it. I'm just going to be in it. I'm not having any part. It's not going on my channel. It's not. I'll tweet about it. But, hey, look. I'll do anything once. It's probably a bad life philosophy, but hey, why not? Hasn't let me down just yet. How are we doing? Right, hard tyres. See, we went to neutral Webber and they immediately overheated, so we should just leave them as they are and see how we get on, really. This still seems like a lot of fuel. Seems like a really lot of fuel. Right, we can probably go back to conserve with Webber now. 27 laps. It's going to be around about 24 minutes. No, that's probably about right with the fuel saved, actually, to be fair, as long as the tyres last long enough. We could each bring a national anthem to discuss and talk about the history and maybe talk about meanings and the evolution of the songs. Or I could do everything and you guys could just act interested. I want you on your channel. I guess I'll just have to handle the flood of subscribers. But the rave thing is great to look at. I feel, yeah, you should have an overarching theme, and then you should have a category each week that we have to then do a bit of research from and each pick a flag and a reason for it. And hey, I'm a generous guy, so you can have the subs from Fox. I'm going to go to neutral on Zolange's car actually, because they are dropping pretty badly. You can have the flood of subs. If the flood subscribe as well, then well, run. Really, flood are horrible, but I'm sure it will do very well. So there's a huge. See, it's not that big a gap. It's because it's a really short lap. I was going to say. Webber's actually catching Zonda quite quickly. So a lot of people have made third stops. They're definitely not going to be able to get to the end, I don't think, from when they stopped. So I would take 7th and 9th as our positions at the moment. We've got Nagaro to pit once more, but he's so far down the road. That Signatek car really is quick. So I think we're going to be aiming for 7th and 8th here if we can get it. Just try and stay in touch with Signatech. Because once again, they've got a massively quicker car. I think that's the Signatech car as well. It is. Yeah, they're both a long way ahead. With one more stop to make. We could be lucky. We could be lucky and they'll make a late stop. Right, neutral is overheating Zornger's tyres. The same as Webber's did. We just need to keep a better eye on that, I think. Anyone who stops with more than 55 minutes left will need one more stop. That's what I'm hoping. That is what I'm hoping. Because if they made 3 stops, one of the drivers has got to have done more than one stint. Whoever's just got in the car has already got to have done half an hour or so. So they've got to swap out purely on time basis, thinking about it. So yeah, I think they might have to make one more stop, some of these guys. To be fair, none of them have dropped behind us. Ragiz came out in front of us, and Dumas will definitely come out in front of us as well. That's the problem, they've got too much speed, those Signatech cars, that they build such a gap over the first couple of hours that they've got a pit stop in hand. Which is a shame, but that's how it's going. Right, Webber needs to do 16 minutes. Can he do that on 34% tyres? He's got no choice. He's staying out there. But he should be fine. His fitness has been a lot better this time as well. So he should easily get that distance. And fuel is going to be pretty spot on, to be fair. It is going to be pretty spot on. 14 minutes to go, 17 laps. That's about right. Based on pit times, you will likely end up 5th. Yeah, but hasn't everybody on the screen now has probably got to stop again? So do we. So we'll just end up back where we were. So I think we're 7th and 9th at the moment. Yeah, because even Menendez, however you pronounce that, has actually made that stop and has gone on to soft tyres. So definitely have to make another stop. All these guys on hard tyres are going to have to make another stop. Depends what tyres they put on. If they stop in the next 10 minutes and put on mediums, then they may have to make another stop. If they stop within the next 10, 15, 20 minutes and put hard tyres on, they should be okay. Right, we're starting to struggle a little bit with stamina. It's not a problem. Zollinger has lost a place to Prost. That's unfortunate. How far has Zollinger got to go, by the way? So it's got to be Trummer in the car. That's 32, around about 35 minutes. So Zollinger should make that easy. Add another 15 minutes. He's got a little bit of fuel to burn, actually, to be fair, Zollinger. So I think we're going to go up to high fuel mode with him. How are the cars looking? Still, that engine again is the lowest part of the car. Actually, the rear wing's not great either. This car, again, engine and rear wing. We should be okay this time, though. Fingers crossed. Cut to 10 minutes of the end, and somehow we've ended up in a podium position as one of our cars blows up. Right, let's double check this again. Perfectly. So it's about 40 minutes. I would give or take a minute, because it's actually 1 minute 46 difference. So 38, 39 minutes is where we need to get to. Tyres not looking great, but we should be able to push these pretty far. Fuel looks fine, so I think we're just going to use the boost. this time round. Let's give him a little bit of extra pace to counteract what we're losing from that tyre wear. It's going to be close once again. Same as Zollinger, he's got 30% tyres and he's got 10 minutes to go on his strategy. Just hold on, Marky boy, you'll be fine. Just think, would you rather be doing this or TV presenting work, which is what we brought you back out of retirement to avoid? You should much prefer this. It's going to be close. They shouldn't drop off the cliff to at least 10% though, from what you guys have said before, so we're just going to have to go for it really. And then the question is going to be hard or medium tyres. Well, I know it's not helping, mate. That's what tyre wear does. Zollinger needs to do about 6 more minutes, so he's got plenty of fuel, so we'll use the boost on his car. Actually 0%. Oh, okay. Even better. Right, we can pit after this lap, so he's not going to get down to 0%, thankfully. He's also got quite a lot of excess fuel, so we'll go to high fuel mode. Just use it up. And it'll come in this time round then. So it will be Vern in the car. Medium tyres I don't think are going to go far enough, so we're going to have to go hard tyres. I swear this drops every time. We've just done 60 laps. Why are the estimations so low? It now thinks we can only do 31 to 33 laps, but we've done 38 before. Help me out here, guys. Why is this so mucked up? So if you go on the current estimations, you would say hard tyres. If you go on what we've done in the past, 38 laps, you'd say medium should be fine. I think it is to the 25% point. Okay. So we should be safe with mediums, shouldn't we? 39 minutes. What's that? For 35 seconds and a minute. It's about 34, 35 laps. I think we'll be fine. We'll go mediums. So fuel, we should need... Where's my phone? Let's do this quick maths this time, shall we? So if we go on a 1 minute, we're going on 1 minute 6 to make it safe, shall we? So 39, 59 divided by 1 minute 6. So it's around about 37 laps actually. Oh, it's going to be close. I bet I'm going to go hard tyres just to be certain. We can definitely go mediums with the other car. So 37 laps of fuel needed. Are we going to get 2 charges in during that period? Let's plan on 1. So we'll go 35 laps of fuel. We can always use the extra if we need to. Okay. We should be fine. Let's go. Engage. And Zollinger needs to do 35 minutes, didn't he? Yeah. Right, so it's a good pit stop. Come on guys, don't muck it up. looking good. Oh, it's a mistake again. Come on, guys. 10 seconds lost. Beep, beep. That's not good. Svern is back out. Not too far behind Zollinger, so that shows how good Kubica and Webber have been compared to car number 2 today. So he'll take back over 7th. So, yep, 7th and 8th was probably the best we were hoping for. We're looking on target for that. Hopefully Zonja can get back out. Okay, so we'll let Zonja go through one more time, and then we'll pit him this time round. So I think there's definitely only going to be one charge for Zonja's car. So what we're looking at, it's going to be about, at the time of actual stop, about 34. Well, again, we'll go off for 1:06, so it's 32 laps ish. So take off the 2 push tyres and reduce fuel for XF1s. What, straight out the bat? We'll give it a go. Let's get this pit stop sorted out and then we'll do that. So I'm going to go mediums on this car. We're going to switch to Trummer. Medium tyres. Fuel, then we're only going to need about 29. Any extra we can of course use and push. We should be good to go. I know you weren't. I was just informing you. Just basically, it's a back and forth. It's a constant back and forth. Okay. Well, I think maybe neutral, and we'll see how they go. I don't want to push. We'll stay in high engine mode for the moment. I don't want to push just because I think they'll shoot straight up, won't they? Because of course the other thing you have to realise with tyres is if you push them, sure you're going quicker, but the lower the percentage, the tyre life in the tyre. Good stop by the way from Trummer, so he's back on his way. The lower the percentage of the tyres, you know, they're always losing lap time. So you might get those quicker laps for a few laps, but it's going to destroy the tyres, and then you're going to have no speed left. So it's not just a percent, you know, they're not 100% the whole of the life until they run out. So over a stint, it's normally better to keep them in the working range, and it's normally quicker. I honestly think engine modes and driving style is for overtaking people or making up gaps. I can't do it for extended periods of time, from what I've seen. But we'll leave it on neutral for a bit and we'll test that out. We've got plenty of life in these hard tyres anyway. Also a little bit worried about the engines. 38, 34. Because this is what we did last time, remember, trying to use up all the fuel, and that's when Trummer's engine went bang. And Trummer is in the car again, unfortunately. There is about... So Vern seems safe in 7th. He'll only go forward if people make mistakes. So I'm going to go pretty conservative on Vern. Trummer, we can catch PK. PK's not too far ahead. So we'll stand conservative to look after the tyres, but we will use the boost and keep it in high fuel mode. Right, let's use it now. That was the stupidest fucking place to use it, Jay. Right in the infield. What's the one characteristic of this track? A massive straight. And I used the boost before it. To be fair, we got some of the benefit. It wasn't great. Oh dear. PK is behind? I think PK made a mistake, or we actually passed using that boost. Trummer's up to 8th. Good news. Good news, everybody. It's going okay. RS fully charged for Vern. He's got even more fuel than Trummer, so we'll use the boost as well. He passed. Yeah, I obviously just missed that completely. I thought the gap was about 8 seconds. I didn't think the boost was that powerful. But apparently he's right. We need to back up. These tyres are horribly, horribly hot. Horaciously hot. Yeah, we got enough fuel. We got plenty of fuel on both cars. We got too much, really. It says we're borderline with Trummer. Now that we're past PK, let's just hold it up a little bit. Tyres are too cold again. What's going on with these tyres? 42 degrees now, and the mediums are not heating up properly, and the hards are overheating. Make up your mind. Oh, rear wing. Vern's car, 20%. 20 minutes is a long way to go with that. Right, we said last time we were better off if we had have just pitted Trummer and taken the points that the demotion got. Do we do that with Vern? Vern will probably go back to P10. So he's going to lose a lot of positions. Or do we once again risk it and hope that rear wing holds on? We can do a little bit of saving Trummer just to make sure we get that fuel level up. Even Calcifer, how you doing, buddy? Bet you're feeling empty without a league race this up and coming Sunday. I sure am. It was a good season. I really enjoyed that. It was good league racing. I think I'm just gonna hold out. I think with Vern. What else can we do at this point? Just have to hope. Trummer is increasing that gap to PK. So it's nearly 10 seconds now. So he's looking good. Right, oh, we backed up far too much. Let's go back to neutral and get those tyres back up to temps. Right, we just got to manage the cars now. I think just keeping one eye on that gap to PK. But I think we just need to get the cars over the line. I think 7th and 8th is where we're going to be. Can't believe that. I think once again there is both Signatech cars ahead of a Porsche, which just makes our problems even worse. That Porsche's in the pits actually. But that's probably why he dropped down. Made a 5th stop now. But we're still not close enough. I'm all good, my friend. I'm all good. Finally go to bed earlier. Is that really how late you were doing those league races? That is a bit of a pain. Right, let's use that boost. We've got fuel in hand for Vern. If his rear wing does go bang, it gives him a bit more breathing space. PK's closed right up on Trummer. That gap now down to 5 seconds. His tyre's still overheating. Oh, this is going to be nail biting. One car might lose its rear wing at any minute, and Trummer is being caught quickly, very quickly. I'm trying to get these tyres to cool down. They're not getting cooled down. Let's use that boost. Let's try. Why did I use it there again? Goodness sake, hey, you imbecile. Right, Vern's into his zone. He wants some fuel. We do have quite a lot of excess, to be fair, so we may as well go high mode. That's not going to affect his rear wing. It shouldn't do anyway. Let's just go aggressive to the end, shall we? Say Sarah, Sarah. Oh, PK's just pitted. PK's just pitted. I don't think anyone else is going to make a late stop that I can see. Right, let's go to back up on the tyres then. Let's just look after them until the flag. Oh, problem with the engine for Vern. Oh. Oh, that rear wing's at 3%. Oh, Christ. Low and back up. Just look after the car, mate. Look after it. 18 and 15% for Trummer now. We're going to go to low and back up on his car. We've got a massive gap behind us. We're not going to catch a Porsche ahead, so let's just back up and see if hope they can bring it home. League race ends at 11:30 for me. I'm going to sleep at 12:15, and next I have to wake up at 6:30. I'm sleeping at school all day. That sounds pretty horrible. So even more credit to you for winning the championship, considering that's not an easy feat. That's quite a big gap. Where are you from? Is it Estonia? I thought I recognised your flag on the game as Estonian. Is it Estonia? Oh, 1 minute to go. Just tiptoe. Just stay in 6th gear. And don't use your brakes. Just lift and coast, guys. Even if your rear wing falls off, don't retire. Carry on. You can do this. Estonia, yep. In the Baltics next to Russia. Okay, that explains the difference then, yeah. I say you speak very good English then. I think English people are the worst in the world for speaking other languages. Of course there are lots of people that do speak other languages in this country as well as English, but the majority of us just can't comprehend how people can pick up so many different languages. It seems to be much better taught elsewhere. Anyway, we're over the line. It's 7th and 8th. We had to work for that one, and it's still disappointing, to be honest, because we're behind the Signatech guys again, but they just have a better car. They just have that good race pace early on. I think maybe next time we go a bit more aggressive. Everybody ahead of us, look, made a lot more stops. So I think next time we maybe try and go with them from the beginning. We'd be nice and aggressive and hope that we can stay with them, because this isn't working out. I mean, we've pretty much secured 4th place. Vern is now 5th in the championship on his own. Zonja Gonzalez and Trummer in 7th, Webber in 10th, and Kubica in 12th. We've really made that table even longer now. Yeah, so it's a big gap now to Sigansek, so that's now opened up to maths. 22 points. So we've got a huge gap over Rebellion. We may as well go aggressive next time, I think. Learning a language is hard, but English is a pretty easy language to learn. That might be the case, yeah. The only language I ever tried to learn was Spanish and French, and I just found it very strange with all the sort of plurals and masculine and feminine stuff. It just did my head in. But even if it is an easy language to learn, it's still impressive. You should learn Russian. It's so fucked up. No, thank you. I've been learning English for 9 years now. Russian 7 years. You know my English skills, but I still have no idea how to talk Russian. Estonian is more harder than others, I think. Okay. I don't think I've ever heard anyone speak Estonian, so I wouldn't know. But Russian always sounds... You can tell by listening to it how complicated the language is going to be, generally. But then I've never listened to English from the other side of it, because I've always known English, so it's difficult, isn't it? But I still respect anybody that can speak multiple languages. Alright, some small improvements for people. Everybody loses a bit of morale. I don't know how true that is. We came 3rd overall. No, we didn't. I don't think. I think Signatech came 3rd. That's very strange. Some morale for those guys in car number 2. They were obviously happy with their performance today. 2.1 million in the bank. Means we continue to rack up the money for the upgrades, but we will have to come. There will come a point towards the end of the season. I think we might have to make that decision soon, where we stop building for the new car and we just save money for next year's. Because I still don't know how much it's going to cost. I was going to take a look at that actually. Where am I going? Team. So our current suppliers are 47 million. And I don't know how much prize money we're going to get. So we'll have to see. But I think we might have to make that decision soon. That we stop spending on the car. Because we're not going forward this season. Let's be honest. Although we're apparently quicker now. We are apparently the 3rd quickest car. So maybe it is our strategy. Maybe it's our strategy. Maybe we're just being too cautious. I think we're going to have to be more aggressive next time. Mind you, that's going to be difficult because it looks like it's going to be very wet. So tune in then for a very, very wet Yokohama. And I think we'll start wrapping this up for today then. I think this will now be permanently on Thursdays. It's just a more comfortable streaming day for me, I think. There's quite a few Wednesdays I haven't really felt like it. For some reason, Thursday. Maybe it's closer to the end of the week. It just feels better. Even for Estonians sometimes. Terry means hello. Tere. U means night. Tere u. Aha. What was the aha for? Is that just an aha? That car 1 driver rankings is atrocious. I didn't see that, to be fair. Obviously I can't see it now, but I'm guessing, does it still show their form now? Their driver form or their rankings? Oh, the rankings. Yeah, it's obviously it doesn't like that we've changed so many drivers. I mean, it's bad enough anyway having 3 drivers per team. But now with Weber and Kubica, it's just made it even worse. Do I really want to say this? What does it mean first? That's what I'm always worried about when people try and tell you stuff in another language. Fine. Rongi ratad raviskvad. Ragizivad. I think that's all we get. If it was rude, I apologise. Okay, I think we're going to wrap that up for today. As always, thank you very much everybody for watching. It's been a little bit less content this week. I'm hoping to get another Motorsport Manager and Haas video before the weekend. The F1 career mode, I do want to record some more soon, but the views are going down and down with that. Is something you guys still want to see? And on Sunday, I think I will do some F1 all project cars as a live stream to replace the obviously the ORL League, which is now finished. But I shall let you know on Twitter in due course what I decide to do on that. It means train tyres are noisy or something like that. Wow, what a sentence. Train tyres. Do trains have tyres? That's definitely not what I thought it would mean, but good to know. The Force India career mode in F1. It's still getting decent regular views, but it's just a lot lower than everything else. I just haven't got around to recording some. I'd still want to do it, but just wanted to see if you guys were still interested in watching it. I don't know how to say it in English. Okay. Google Translate is normally your friend on that. Although it's very often wrong. Okay, I should get some more F1 recorded at the weekend. Get it out early this week. I've just been a little bit busy this week in terms of getting stuff out. Should be back on target next week, the last week before Christmas. You want to hear Rage, Raging Kappa? Yeah, he's well, actual Rage, as in my friend Rage. Also want the cart back, but we can't get what we want. Hey, you'll have to find a way of talking to Rage about it. He's just completely gone off that game. In fact, most racing games, he's just playing PUBG and stupid online games like that at the moment, which I don't have much interest in playing. But I do have one more co-op episode. Maybe I'll get it out around Christmas as a little treat, because it was a good episode, to be fair. And then if I can get him to play it in the new year, then we will do it. But right, I think we shall wrap that up there for today. Fox, good luck with your finals, and I hope they go well, mate. Try and keep calm and relaxed about them. I'm sure they'll go just great. I want a wonderful woman, but no one wants me. We all have that problem, Cal. Unfortunately. One day, hey, one day. And PUBG, wait a minute, mainstream. Yeah, he's always been a little mainstream weeb, I'm afraid. That sums up Rage. Okay, guys, have fun. I will stream in some regards on Sunday. Not sure what yet, we'll see. And I'll get a couple of videos out the next couple of days for you guys. But as always, I really appreciate you guys watching along. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. And I'll speak to you soon. Tell them you won a championship. Tell who? See ya. The delay's going to take too long on this. I'll read the chat afterwards. Bye bye.